So this is a Samsung Galaxy A17, and the one I have here is the 4G version. And if I'm being honest, this phone is Samsung playing it safe. Let's start with the good stuff. The design. It's classic Samsung. Clean, minimal, lightweight. The display is a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED panel at Full HD Plus resolution. It's capped at 90Hz, not 120Hz like some rivals, but honestly, Samsung AMOLEDs are still some of the best in this price range. Bright, colorful, and reliable. Now, performance. This is where the conversation gets heated. A lot of people were expecting Samsung to go with something more powerful, maybe MediaTek Dimensity 6100 Plus, or even the newer Dimensity J100 or 200 series. Some even thought we might finally see a Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 or 7S Gen 2 in this tier. That would have been a huge upgrade if you ask me. But instead, what we got in this 4G model is the Exynos 850. And here's the thing, the Exynos 850 is built on an older 8nm process, and while it's efficient, it's not exactly fast. For your basics, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, it's fine. But the moment you push it with heavy multitasking or graphically demanding games, the performance gap is obvious, and that's where the disappointment really comes in, because the competition is starting to pack stronger chips at similar prices. On cameras, the 50-megapixel sensor with optical image stabilization is actually a pleasant surprise. Photos in daylight are sharp, colorful, and stabilization really helps in low light. But the 5-megapixel ultra-wide and 2-megapixel macro are just there for numbers, not the best quality. The 13-megapixel selfie camera does the job, but nothing groundbreaking. Battery life is classic Samsung A series, 5000 mAh with 25 watts fast charging. That's more than enough to get through a day and a half with moderate use. Charging isn't the fastest, but you survive. And you do get some durability with an IP54 rating, splash and dust resistance actually. It's not fully waterproof, but it's still worth something. So here's the real talk. The Galaxy A17 4G feels like a safe, reliable option. If you just want a phone that works, takes decent photos, and has a great screen, and will get years of software support, this is it. But if you were waiting for Samsung to shake things up with a Dimensity G series or a Snapdragon chip, yeah, this isn't that phone. So quickly, let's go over the pros and cons from my experience. It's bright, colorful 6.7-inch Super AMOLED display. It has a 50-megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization, which literally punches above its weight. A solid 5000 mAh battery capacity and 25 watts fast charging. It has an IP54 splash resistance rating, Samsung's long software support, and One UI, which is my favorite skin if you ask me. When it comes to the negatives or the cons, like we said, Exynos 850 is underwhelming, especially in 2025. Competitors are offering somewhere around the G100 or G200 or even Snapdragon chips at similar price. 90Hz refresh rate, not 120Hz. Some of you were expecting, obviously I was too. A plastic build feels less premium if you ask me. And then extra cameras, the ultra wide and macro, they don't add much. They could have improved it or just completely ignored it. But I guess they had to put something there. However, I do love the phone in general, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who is not expecting so much, especially if you're moving from a lesser variant like the A0 series to either of the A1 series. Then the A17 is something you should check out. But if you're used to using very power intensive or power hungry apps on your devices, you would want to consider much higher variants like the A37 or A57, which will be coming up in a few months time. You should probably save up for that instead. I'm Delphi, and as always, we will talk more, Charlie.